An extraordinary intervention.
We actually believe David O'Byrne now has to resign.
Take responsibility for your actions, that's what I say.
Two former Labor premiers united in speaking out after a former employee of Mr O'Byrne's alleged he kissed her and sent her sexually explicit text messages a decade ago. An independent investigation found it was inappropriate, but wasn't a breach of Labor policy.
The wall of silence from the Labor Party has been absolutely extraordinary in regards to the behaviour that we're talking about here.
How could anyone ever claim that the junior employee, half the age of the boss, becomes responsible for what has become known as a flirtatious and consensual atmosphere? I find that vile and disgusting.
The complainant, Rachel Midson, lodged her allegations with Labor on June 3rd. David O'Byrne was elected as the party's leader on the 15th. 2 weeks later, the ABC broke the story. An independent investigator was appointed and Mr O'Byrne stood aside. 4 days later, he resigned as leader. On August 17th, the investigation was finalised, determining Mr O'Byrne hadn't breached Labor's policy on sexual harassment. After a week away from the cameras, the current leader took a stand ahead of the second emergency meeting in 2 days.
I regard that behaviour to be below the standard that I expect for my members, and that's why I have asked him to resign.
Mr O'Byrne remained tight-lipped, making a quick exit from the meeting, later revealing in a statement that he won't resign. Instead, he will stay on in Parliament for the next 4 years as a Labor member. He has, however, decided to step away from the caucus. I still believe that remaining in Parliament and giving voice to the many issues confronting everyday Tasmanians is not only important but crucial. One resignation was tendered. After only 1 year in Parliament, Upper House MP Bastian Seidel's calling it quits.
But in my brief time in politics, this has left me just disillusioned, and I'm bitter, and I'm sad. There's got to be virtue in politics. I can't work in a toxic environment.
Dr Seidel resigned as Shadow Health Minister and from the Labor caucus. He'll leave Parliament in December.